make $100,000 a year, which I did, but
Right.
that was not the goal. On
Right.
day one, my goal was what? To prove to my wife we're not going to live in my parents' basement.
Ah.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So in thinking like that, the 100 grand came.
yeah.
Right? So I'm never focused on the money.
Right.
When I have a client in front of me, I'm not thinking, okay, this client's going to pay X amount of money. That's what I'm saying. No. I'm thinking about, okay, how do I add value to this person's life?
Right.
So when I think that way, well, the money follows.
Right.
Right? So even though, yes, we all need to make money, I want to make money.
Yeah.
I love to make $250,000.
Right.
It comes because of the bigger picture.
Right. One thing that I say to myself as well, money is just another form of trust. The amount of money that you income or comes to you is the amount of value that
You've added
people
to the
trust
world.
in you.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was Jim Rohn or someone like that said, how much money you have is a correlation to how many people you've served, that you've helped, right?
Yeah.
The more people you help, right, the more money you make.
Right.
Bottom line, right? So, for example, how come, like, entertainers make a lot of money?
They
well,
help
because
people be
exactly,
happy.
thousands of other people,
Yeah.
unlike me, a trainer, just one person, right?
Yeah.
Why do musicians make more money than doctors? Because the doctor just is one patient.
They affect the
Musicians-
world.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
They help more people. So the more people you can help, they can serve,
Yeah.
right? Having that's a bigger vision,
Yeah.
$250,000 will take care of itself.
Right.
All right, so I'm never focused on the money.
Yeah.
I don't really need the money, really.
No.
I just use it as a stepping stone to create to actually the bigger vision.
Yeah.
Right? I don't really need money, really. I mean, I'm a very
So let me ask you, what are you trying to do to scale too, to get more outreach, or are you trying to reach more people
yes,
that way?
right. And the internet is a great vehicle for that, right? But then what I've learned
Yeah.
is that you have to do things in steps.
Right, for sure.
I would love to go from step A to step Z. I've
Yeah.
tried, trust me.
All right, we'll wrap this up. So basically, we've been talking, like, the main audience that I think we are reaching right now is other entrepreneurs or beginning personal trainers, would you say?
No, I think it's that
More.
that trainer, that person that's already a trainer.
Who wants to take it to the next level?
And who's trying to figure out or determine whether or not they're ready for the next level, okay?
Okay.
And the next level generally is somebody who decides, okay, look, I've been working here just like I was for 9 years as a personal trainer in a commercial gym,
Yeah.
okay? I want to make more money. I want more freedom,
Yeah.
okay? I want to control my own time,
Right.
okay? I want to dictate my own schedule, right?
Okay.
More flexibility. Am I ready to do that?
Okay.
Okay. And if so, what are things I need to make sure I can do or have skill set wise so I can be successful at that next level?
Right.
All right. So that's that person that we're talking to right now. Is, okay. So you've been doing training for a while. All right. You have a good you've created a decent client base.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, what is next? All right. So what I want to do is just kind of like bring this all together.
Yeah.
Right?
If you were to create like a checklist of the things that a trainer would need to take that next level, what do you think they were?
Exactly. Very simple. So the first thing is you have to master the sales process. Okay.
Okay.
I have a sales system.
Create
that
almost
I've-
like a script, a
Right,
sales script.
Exactly, a sales script, right? So that I've created over time. As a matter of fact, there's a sales script that I've used for the last 10 years that's made me over $250,000. The same script. Now, this is the mind of an engineer.
Yeah.
I'm all about processes,
Right.
all right? I like predictability.
Right.
I put in a person through the system. On the other side, it comes out predictably,
Yeah.
the outcome, right? So I have scripts there, right? So they need to have a process of getting clients and retaining clients and converting clients, right? So
Right.
the process is as follows. If you're thinking about going from a commercial gym and become an independent trainer,
Yeah.
you have to master processing. I call it attraction. You have to be able to attract the right kind of client, right?
Right.
So once you attract the right kind of client, we've talked about the processes or the steps
Ideal
you can
client.
take. Yeah, ideal client and how you can convert them from cold to warm or from warm to an actual client, right? We talked about it earlier, right?
Right.
So master prospecting / attraction, right?
Yeah.
And then the next you've got to do after you've tracked him is how do I convert them into an actual client?
Right.
You've got to be able to master that and know your process down. What you say, how you say, very important.
Right.
There's a right way to say it. There's a wrong way to say it. Say it the wrong way, you don't close any deals, right?
Right.
Then we talk about retention. Right, you have to be a master at retaining clients.
Okay.
All right, personally, you want to aim for about 60% retention rate.
Okay.
You don't want a revolving door. Otherwise, it will be very, very hard for you to create a sustainable business.
Do you actually keep these calculations for yourself?
Yeah.
Like 60%?
Yeah, yes,
Wow.
I do.
I like that. I would love to see that spreadsheet.
I know my numbers. I know exactly where I need to be,
Okay.
right, to get to where I need to go.
I like it.
Right? So that's the retention piece, right?
Yeah.
And then the referral piece. Now, referral, a lot of people make the mistake that thinking, okay, my clients will give me a lot of referrals. Generally speaking,
Not
it doesn't happen
necessarily.
a lot, right? So
Right.
very few. But there are techniques that I have implemented in the past
Yeah.
to elicit some referrals to grow your business organically that way from your existing client base, right?
Okay.
And then the final step is just repeating that process over and over again.
Right.
If you can master those steps, which is something I've mastered over time, right? You can be successful as a trainer in any environment. That's why I was confident when I left Goals that
Yeah.
I can be successful
Anywhere.
anywhere because
Yeah.
I had the skill set,
Right.
right? And then of course, outside of that sales process, right? You have to have what's called emotional intelligence,
Right.
You have to understand the psychology
Of business.
right? Not just of business, of working with people.
Right.
Right, and there's a lot that goes into that, right? So we can spend a whole day talking about it, right?
Right.
So how to work with people, and that influences your retention rate.
Okay.
Okay, so when you master those aspects,
Yeah.
your ability to get clients, keep clients, grow your business grows tremendously.
Right.
All right. So if there's anybody listening out there who's already a trainer, wants to go to the next level, master those things, and you'll be fine. All right.
Okay. Let me see if I can summarize it in my point of view. Okay. I know because we think differently.
Right.
Well, I want to see if this relates to you at all.
Right.
So the things that I've been working on when I do business consulting, I create some type of funnel where you have a lot of people, like how you're saying, you attract how attractive you are as a business owner or business servicer. Build some type of funnel where you have a lot of attention. People come to you and they basically give you your information. Find a way to get your information through a funnel, and then create a closing script.
Right.
There's a line I forgot from where it was. I probably heard it from like Wolf of Wall Street, to be honest. And it's ABC, and it's always be closing.
It's funny. I heard that the other day.
See?
Always be closing. Yes. Always be closing.
Glenn Gary Ross.
Always be closing. Yeah. Did I see it on Instagram recently?
ABC.
Always be closing.
Yeah.
Yeah, always be closing. I remember that. I was like, yeah, always be closing.
So there you go. So first step is create a funnel. Second step, ABC, always be closing. Create a closing script. 3,
I remember where I saw it now.
design and redesign your product to always make it innovate, because you create something that's super
They have
addictive.
to have, right.
Yeah, you need something that's very addictive that will last a lifetime. One thing I like to talk about is evergreen content.
Right.
And for me in personal life, it's housing, food, transportation, and taxes and insurance. Those are the things.
And health.
Yes. But health and insurance, that's where I kind of lump it all together. Because you can't really lump them, or you can't really sell a certain thing. But when you have insurance, it's reassuring you of your health or your taxes or something of that sort. Housing, disaster, any type of ill-natured substance, and then repeat. So funnel, sales, because we're both in the health industry, so I understand where you're coming from, where it can get very specific, and that's where I just lump them together.
Right.
When it comes to insurance.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, but what you described is exactly what I have, a funnel.
Right.
It's just a funnel. A funnel, by definition, is how you take a potential group of people, right, sort them out, right, and get the one you want,
right.
And at the end of this day, you're making money,
Right.
And then, speaking of evergreen, evergreen means something that's always in style, so to speak, right? So the niche I've chosen is evergreen, right?
Yeah.
In the sense that everyday people still want to lose weight, right? So that goes back to strategy when you're prospecting, right?
It's culture, American culture.
Right. So again, going back to using evergreen, right? So an athlete, right? An athlete over time is not gonna lose the battle with Father Time.
For
right?
sure.
You're not gonna be an athlete forever.
Nope.
Right? But guess what? You're overweight. You always want to be healthy.
Right.
Right? So that's always going to be evergreen. People are going to always need that information. So I don't have to necessarily recreate that thing all the time. Right?
Okay.
So the funnel. So we're saying exactly the same thing in different ways. Right? So you get a bunch of people through a process. You sort them out. shake out the one you want.
Yeah.
You got a product at the end that it's addicted to, right? In this case, it's me creating an addictive experience.
Right.
Right? They're like, we got to have more Patrick. He's my cocaine, right?
Right.
See what I'm saying? And that's how you keep them to stay around for 60% of the time.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, the only thing I'm like, I don't really want to disagree, but I disagree in the health aspect, because when you think of happiness and health, don't necessarily they correlate, but they're not necessarily
The same thing.
The same thing.
That's true. That's true. But guess what? You'd be really unhappy if you're 700 pounds in bed, can barely move, right? And you're about to have congenital heart failure.
Right.
Right.
No, I mean,
so you're right that the separate things.
There's different
right,
definitions
but there's a correlation, right?
of health.
Right.
Because when you think of the extreme, it's like, oh, I eat apple piece of meat, protein, the FDA approved guidelines.
Right.
Like, and from what I heard, I work with a toxicologist. The FDA is based on a 1965 standard.
Yeah, they're way behind.
Today is 2019.
They're way behind.
Exactly.
They're way behind. Well, from a health standpoint, I deal with facts, right?
Right.
I look at, this person, again, from a processing standpoint, I look at this person will need to see me because guess what? They've been to the doctor. Doctor's like, your A1C is high.
Right.
You're about to become diabetic, right? Your blood pressure is not where it needs to be. We are going to put you on blood pressure medication, right? So at that point, right, they're not happy, right? So I deal in those kind of situations. So from a prospecting standpoint, those people are more motivated to want to seek out the help of a personal trainer.
Right.
Okay. So again, at the end of the day, you look at what you want to attract. That's why I said the first step is attraction, right? And you talk about evergreen. Well, those kind of people, they're evergreen because that's why the big pharma is around, right? They keep feeding them pills, right?
Pharmaceuticals.
You know what I mean? That's why they've been around for a long time, right?
That's true.
Right? Because they keep feeding them pills, right? To take care of the high blood pressure.
And then they can charge
you more. Obviously, charge you more, right? So, but then I'm like, look, Mr. Jones, do you really like the side effects of the blood pressure medicine? Is that what you want for the rest of your life? Right? Most people, the answer is no, right? So, and when you have the right conversation with them, they're more likely to be like, you know what? I want to get rid of those blood pressure medicine. I want to get rid of the cholesterol medicine, the pills. I want to get rid of all that stuff.
You're really good at empathy. You know how to put your feet in other people's shoes.
Right. Thank you. That's and that's another skill that people got to learn, right?
Yeah.
So like, and you have to be, you have to be able to interact with people from diverse backgrounds, right? With diverse personalities, right? And what's interesting is that even though I attract a certain clientele with a certain goal, right? Not all of them get along. Right. So like recently one of my clients said to me, man, that guy over there, right? I mean, and the other guy was my client, right? They don't necessarily get along, but I get along with all of them, right? You know what I'm saying?
So you're their leader.
Exactly. So like your ability to connect with people, empathize with people, right? Meet them where they are, all right, is key to being able to...
Could you imagine a group where everyone had good synergy and just worked well together?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible, right? You're always going to have outliers, but it's very possible.
Right.
Right? If you choose it right. Because that's another thing I think about, too. When I'm bringing on a client, all right?
Do they fit in the tribe?
Exactly.
I'm very big in tribalism.
Exactly. All right? I'm thinking about my other client.
Okay.
Is this somebody that I want them to associate with? Right? Would they get along?
Right.
Do they have same... They don't necessarily have to have the exact kind of thinking, but is the way they think going to jive? Right? So if I have a get-together, they'll all be able to, like, hang out as opposed to, what? Stay away from me. What? Right? So these are all things that plays into prospecting also, right? Okay. So because you don't want... So, for example, when new clients come in, I'm like, hey, Brian, have you met Robbie over here? Oh, yeah, hey, what's going on? And then that also helps with your retention. People don't understand that's another secret right there. Yeah. Right? Is that people, when I was a ghost, people never understood why.
They never understand the low barrier of entry of creating friendships.
Exactly.
That's a big thing.
Or they never understood why I knew everybody's name. Right? Oh, yeah, Patrick knows everybody's name. Why? Right? Because guess what? And people... Oh, I could go. People, the psychology of this is so, they don't get it. Yeah. So, for example, like the trainers never understood that when a new person comes in, when I get a new client, right? I'm already thinking 3 months, 6 months down the line,
Right.
right? What does that mean?